Long before the gentle hum of washing machines filled our homes, the act of doing laundry was one of humanity's most grueling, time-consuming, and strangely symbolic rituals. Yet today, it's often dismissed as dull a background task, a cycle we barely notice. But behind this seemingly boring chore lies a story of evolution, invention, and cultural transformation so profound that it reshaped domestic life, gender roles, and even the pace of human civilization. The history of laundry isn't just about soap and water, it's about how people across time fought dirt, sweat, and status with creativity and endurance. Imagine it's 5,000 years ago. You're standing beside a river in ancient Mesopotamia. There are no detergents, no machines scoos to you, a pile of filthy tunics, and cold, fast-moving water. You scrub, beat, and wring fabric against rocks, while the current carries away the dirt. For hours, this goes on. Your hands sting, your back aches, and yet this ritual isn't just about cleanliness, it's survival. Clean cloth meant health. It meant respectability. And in a world where people owned only a handful of garments, it was an act of preservation. Laundry was life maintenance in its purest form. Across the ancient world, this scene was universal. In Egypt, servants washed linen robes using natronné, mineral salt used for everything from cleaning to mummification. The ancient Hebrews wrote about purification rituals that involved washing garments as a sign of spiritual and physical renewal. In ancient Rome, laundry was a full-blown profession. The fulons, or Roman laundry workers, set up shops in city centers. They soaked clothes in vats of water mixed with lye, clay, and fermented urine. The ammonia acted as a natural bleaching and cleansing agent. It might sound disgusting today, but back then it was chemistry in action. Romans even placed jars on street corners to collect urine from passersby for the laundries. It was a public service, quite literally. By the Middle Ages, laundry had become a communal affair. Rivers and public wash houses buzzed with activity. Women gathered to scrub clothes on wooden boards, boil them in cauldrons, and beat them with paddles to remove grime. This was social labor, an early version of water cooler talk. Gossip, news, and alliances flowed as freely as the water itself. But make no mistake, laundry was exhausting. The French even coined the term blanchisseuse for washerwomen who toiled long hours in freezing conditions, their hands cracked and swollen. In many towns, washerwomen formed guilds or communities, earning meager wages, but holding a vital role in society. Their labor literally kept cities from stinking. Laundering was also tied to class and gender. Wealthy families rarely touched their own clothes. They employed servants or, later, professional laundresses to do the work. The smell of soap and steam became a marker of social standing. To be clean wasn't just about hygiene, it was a sign of refinement, discipline, and moral order. And yet, for the working class, laundry symbolized drudgery. The repetitive, back-breaking nature of it reinforced social hierarchies. Even today, echoes of that divide remain. Who does the laundry, how it's done, and what it represents about domestic power. Then came the 18th and 19th centuries, an era of bubbling change. Quite literally, soap-making evolved from an artisanal craft to a booming industry. Advances in chemistry led to better detergents and bleaching agents. In 1797, the first commercial soap was sold in the U.S., marking the beginning of laundry's industrialization. But the real revolution came with machines. The earliest washing machines were crude wooden drums, manually cranked or turned with paddles. One of the first patents, filed in the 1760s in England, described a washing and wringing device still requiring serious elbow grease. By the mid-1800s, inventors were racing to mechanize the chore. The first mechanical washers appeared, but they were dangerous, noisy, and often tore clothes apart. Imagine wringing water from garments between metal rollers that could crush fingers if you weren't careful. Laundry remained a weekly ordeal, full day's work, known in many cultures as wash day. In America, Monday was traditionally laundry day, a ritual so deeply embedded that it inspired songs, poems, and even early advertisements promising to make Blue Monday less blue. The real transformation began with the arrival of electricity. In 1908, the Hurley Electric Washing Machine Company introduced the Chore, the first electric-powered washer. It changed everything. For the first time, the mechanical burden of scrubbing was lifted. What had taken an entire day could now be done in a few hours. Yet, even this modern miracle wasn't widespread. Early electric washers were expensive, dangerous, and heavy. They often leaked, shocked users, or broke down easily, but people persevered. The dream of effortless laundry had begun. During the early 20th century, washing machines became symbols of modernity and progress. Advertisements portrayed them as liberators of women's time, a step toward freedom. But that promise was complicated. Instead of reducing labor, they often increased expectations. Clothes had to be washed more often, kept whiter, cleaner, and softer. The standard of domestic cleanliness skyrocketed, trapping many households in a new kind of pressure: the tyranny of perfection. The 1940s and 1950s brought a golden age of laundry innovation. After World War II, washing machines became household staples in the West. The arrival of automatic washers and electric dryers turned what was once an outdoor, communal ritual into a private, indoor routine. The sound of a spinning drum replaced the chatter of riverside gossip. Sociologists noted a shift. Laundry was no longer a shared experience. It became invisible labor, hidden within homes, often done by women alone. Meanwhile, detergent companies like Procter & Gamble began to shape the narrative. Their slogans, whiter than white, bright as new, weren't just selling soap. They were selling an ideal of domestic success, purity, and respectability. Laundry became psychological. A spotless shirt wasn't just clean, it was moral proof of care, discipline, and good living. The washing machine became a quiet cultural engine of conformity. Globally, however, laundry took on different meanings. In India, Dhobi's traditional washermen continued to clean clothes in open-air ghats, beating fabric against stones in rhythmic harmony. In Japan, laundry evolved into a ritual of precision, with neatly hung garments symbolizing order and respect. In rural Africa and Latin America, communal washing areas still serve as social hubs, where stories are exchanged alongside soap suds. Laundry, though often dismissed as mundane, remains one of the most human acts shared across every culture and every century. In the 21st century, technology once again redefined laundry. Smart washers, eco-cycles, and high-efficiency machines promise convenience and sustainability. We now have washing machines that text your phone when they're done, detergents designed at the molecular level, and dryers that use AI to sense moisture. Yet ironically, despite all this progress, the act itself feels just as boring as ever. Why? Psychologists suggest that laundry's boredom stems from its cyclical, endless nature. Unlike cooking, which yields immediate sensory rewards, laundry resets a cycle that never ends. Clothes get dirty again. The pile never disappears. It's a chore without closure, a metaphor for the loop of daily life. But beneath that monotony lies something deeper, a reflection of our relationship with time, order, and control. Folding shirts and pairing socks are small rebellions against chaos, acts of quiet mastery in a disordered world. Still, modern marketing hasn't ignored our fatigue. Detergent commercials now focus less on cleanliness and more on feeling freshness, comfort, even empowerment. Some brands now feature gender-neutral ads, challenging the old notion that laundry is women's work. Meanwhile, online influencers share laundry hacks, while others romanticize the ritual through slow-living videos, folding clothes to soft music, turning boredom into mindfulness. Perhaps that's the secret the ancients already knew. Laundry was never just about dirt. It was about renewal. And here's the strangest twist of all. In space, astronauts don't do laundry. NASA found it impractical. Instead, they wear clothes until they're dirty, then discard them. Future missions to Mars are researching waterless cleaning technologies, oozing air, ozone, or ultrasonic vibrations to cleanse fabric without washing. The next chapter of laundry might eliminate washing entirely. Imagine a world where your clothes clean themselves, where the hum of the washing machine becomes as obsolete as the sound of riverside scrubbing. So why is laundry so boring? Maybe because it's too familiar, too repetitive, too ordinary. But if we look closer, it's a story of ingenuity, persistence, and civilization itself. From ancient rivers to electric drums, From social gatherings to solitary chores, Laundra has quietly mirrored our progress as humans. It has evolved from survival to symbolism, from community to convenience. Every cycle on your washing machine is a historical echo, a reminder of millennia of human labor, invention, and the pursuit of cleanliness. So the next time you toss your clothes into a machine and press start, remember, you're not just doing a chore. You're continuing a story as old as humanity itself. One that began beside a river, under the sun, with someone, somewhere, fighting dirt with determination and care. And maybe, just maybe, it's not boring after all. It's the quiet heartbeat of civilization hidden in plain sight, spinning endlessly through time.